The showrunner of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier goes into a few details on what exactly makes The Falcon and the Winter Soldier so different from WandaVision. As if that wasn't apparent. So in an interview with Polygon, Malcolm Spellman, the man that created The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, was talking about the approach to the series, what they had in store, how they were mixing up the MCU, what sort of cards they got up their sleeve for the series and down the road for what they're trying to set up. And one of the elements they wanted to touch upon is the difference between The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision. And he first and foremost reflects back on how originally The Falcon and the Winter Soldier should have been first, and that would have been a more traditional Marvel Studios product. But then, due to the pandemic and everything, things got reshuffled, and WandaVision ended up being first, and that ended up blowing all expectations away and driving so much fanfare that he says, and everybody felt this way, that there was a lot to live up to now because of all the theories, mysteries, and everything. But as we see, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier has carved out its own little corner of the MCU that has the same type of hype, although it's not, hey, is this X-Men, is that Mephisto, is this Mephisto? It's a different type of approach of discussion of what's happening in the show and the characters. And one of the differences he highlights is the way the entire story unfolds and is told, where he says that if you watch WandaVision, it's all about the mystery, the intrigue, the what in the living world is happening here? What are they even doing? What are they setting up? What is happening? Let's look back on this. Does this give us new insight and a new perspective on something? Whereas to The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is more like the Winter Soldier movie, where they're taking the approach of let's look at this in a more fundamentally MCU level. It's a straightforward story that still has mystery, but it's not as deep or as complex or as, oh my god, what is happening, magic and things like the other show. So the difference is, as you understand from what he's saying, is it's completely different things. Like, everything about them is different. Yes, they're still in the MCU. Yes, they're still about the growth of the characters in them. But beyond that, it's another step in the MCU in a more grounded direction. And that's sort of the takeaway and what they wanted people to feel the moment they got into the series. And I think after the first episode, you get like 30 minutes into it. You're like, 20 minutes to go. All right. Boy, this is completely different. He can't even pay for his living expenses. Damn.